Today we're going to be looking at an export connector that Tromba Technologies created for a third-party repository called FileBound. Tromba Technologies has decades of experience customizing export connectors that are all compliant with Kofax Express, Kofax Capture, and Kofax Total Agility. We are going to be looking at mapping a non-PO invoice into a project in FileBound. In the General tab, we need to utilize an administrator's password in order to log into FileBound. On the Field Mapping tab, you can select your project in FileBound. There's a separator concept that will allow you to separate different folders in the file. So for instance, most of our clients use the separator to indicate year. The divider allows the file to be further separated into categories. A lot of our clients use document type in order to distinguish the dividers in the file. So if you have invoices, credit memo, or receipts, all of those can be organized using the divider. Document name can be used to give a name to a specific document. In this case, we're going to use the vendor name. There are radio buttons that control what happens when a document goes into FileBound. If you wanted to add it to an existing file, create a new file for every document, or create a new file even when multiple files exist, you can select that here. A document note is a feature in FileBound. It's like a sticky note on a file folder. Tromba Technologies has used this for clients that want to know where the document came from. So for instance, if it came in an email, you can note the source, from, and subject of the email. Document index fields can also be associated with index fields in FileBound. Document variables can be used for advanced workflow purposes or reporting purposes. For instance, certain site codes may have to be used and approved by particular users in the workflow. Users also may want to know who validated a document for reporting purposes and quality control. Document variables can be used for advanced workflow purposes or reporting purposes. For instance, certain site codes may have to be approved by particular users in the workflow. Users also may want to know who validated a document for reporting purposes and quality control. Line item mapping allows for the ability to relate files to one another. In this case, we can use line item mapping to map multiple line items from the invoice into a separate project called Invoice Line Items. We've also had success using line item mappings to relate dependents information to applicants information in a separate project. File variables are like document variables. They can be used for workflow purposes or reporting purposes. The Process tab allows the users to automatically route documents into a FileBound workflow process. The General tab allows you to indicate what file format the document needs to be exported in, as well as any native file support such as Microsoft Excel or Word. The General tab allows you to indicate what file format the document needs to be exported in, as well as any native file support, such as Microsoft Excel or Word. So here's our invoice in FileBound. You can see the index fields on the left, document notes on the right, and down below is our line item information. By building our own custom export connectors, Tromba Technologies can customize, build, or support any connector to meet our customers' requirements. Thank you for watching.